Hi, I'm Aryn, and this is Aryn Kelson DIY. Welcome back to our channel. We are a channel that loves to do DIY stuff. We have some crafts, we have some renovations in our home coming up soon. So if you like that kind of content, make sure to hit subscribe, give us a follow, and stay tuned for that kind of stuff. So today we're going to be doing a dollar store DIY where we're going to take some dollar store items and give them a bit of a facelift and make them into fun home decor items. So stay tuned to watch that and let's get into it.
Okay, so we're going to take this tote and make it into a cute basket. I'm ripping off the handles and then I'm going to take some nautical rope from the dollar store and wrap it around. You can actually get this nautical rope for cheaper on Amazon. It's like cheaper by the foot because these little packages are not very big. The first go around, I'm using a lot of hot glue to hold it in place so it doesn't slip off the edge. If I were to redo this, I'd probably put rope around the whole bottom, but I didn't, so here we are. But I go around and around until I reach the end, and then I'm going to hot glue the end down and then start back up with another piece of the rope. I used about 5 packages of this nautical rope and it just made this strip right here. And now I'm going to take some of the white nautical rope that you can get at the dollar store. I'll also see if I can find it on Amazon for cheaper for you guys and link it below. But we're then going to wrap a strip of that around the middle of the basket. Kind of repeating the same process, just going around, hot gluing the edges, going around. And then when I get to the end of this rope, when I run out, I'm going to try and end it at a corner so that there's not a big gap and it's less noticeable that we ended there. Now I'm going to take some twine because I'm out of the brown nautical rope. Anyway, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm wrapping this around. If I were to do this again, I also would not use this twine because it was kind of a pain in the butt to cover the whole thing. I had to use a lot of it. So if you recreate this, just stick with the thicker rope. It's much easier to work with. So when you get to the lip, at least on this tote that I'm using, it was kind of difficult to get the rope to stay on, so I had to hot glue every couple inches just to keep it from flipping up. It didn't really want to stick to the odd shape that the top of this is, so it took a lot of hot glue. I had to go back and make sure that no parts were trying to stick up, and I brought this all the way into the inside. I went down about maybe a ½ inch into the basket. And then when I got to the edge, I just hot glued it down and then cut off the excess. And there we have it. We have a really cute basket. I love the way this turned out. It's sitting in my living room corner, holding some blankets, and I just think it looks so much nicer than the plastic tote that it was originally. So now we're gonna make a wreath. I'm taking this little styrofoam ring from the dollar store, and I just grabbed a whole bunch of dollar store flowers and greenery, and I didn't really have a plan. I just kind of grabbed what I liked and started piecing some things together. I found it easier to rip the stems off and the extra leaves and just use the little nub on the back of the flower and just shove it into the styrofoam. And then I just kind of arranged the flowers how I felt. I did kind of a clump of 3 of each of the pink flowers that I had. Then after I had arranged them, I took some hot glue and pulled the flowers out and then hot glued them and then put them back in the hole that I originally made. If you put the hot glue on first and then try to shove it in, it doesn't, like the heat just kind of melts the nub and it just squishes and it doesn't really stay in there. So if you make the hole first, then you can just slide it in and it stays. It worked really well. So we're just going to do that to every single one of our flowers to make sure that they stay in place. And there we go. Now we're going to take some of that twine we used earlier and I'm going to wrap it around the whole thing. I can't wrap it where the flowers already are, but it's fine. You can't see it from the front, so I don't really mind. If you want to, you can do the wrapping part first, but then you'd have to figure out how to stick your flowers in. I found this worked best for me, so we're just wrapping this around. It's a little tedious, but it makes it look more finished, and I thought it turned out really good. So we're gonna hot glue the end, cut off the excess, and there we have it. We're going to add some, I thought it was a little boring, so I added some of these white flowers to make it a little bit asymmetrical. We're also gonna go in and take some leaves and kind of just hot glue them around to add some interest. Make sure you're hot gluing everything in place, otherwise it can just fall out. Yeah, I'm just hot gluing these leaves into various places to make it look more interesting. And there we have it. I think this turned out super cute. It's super fun for spring, super easy, and only cost me a few dollars to make. Now we're going to take some vases. I got these from the dollar store. This one was actually chipped, and so it was on clearance for 50 cents. But you can also find these at the thrift store. I bet you could find a bigger vase for even cheaper. I'm also using some wall mud for when you're like mudding and taping drywall, but I'm taking this, I'm just rubbing it all over this vase. I want it to look like a handmade ceramic, so I'm covering it in this mud to make it look ceramic, even though it's glass. And I know some people have done similar projects with like baking soda and paint, but I just found that those chip really easy, where this sticks onto this glass. Like, it's not going anywhere. So I just kind of ran my finger around it to coat the whole thing and give it some texture, like as if it was handmade. I did that to both of these. If I were to do this project over again, I would sand these after they had dried. I didn't do that, and I feel like the texture, especially on this little one, was a little rough. I kind of wish I would have sanded it down just a little bit to make it more uniform, but still having texture. After you've coated these completely, you're going to just set them aside and let them dry. Then you're going to spray paint them. I used this black Rust-Oleum paint and just gave them a good coat. You want to make sure you get under any lips or curves that may be in the shape. And there we have it. I thought these turned out so cute, and I will totally be displaying them. They're sitting on my mantle. This is now their new place. I think they turned out great.
All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a like, follow, subscribe. You can follow us on our other social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. And again, just stay tuned for the home renovation that's coming soon. We are currently working on getting refinanced so that we can get the ball rolling on demoing some things and stuff like that. So we're very excited for that stuff to be coming up in the next month or so, so keep a lookout for that. But otherwise, if you liked this video and want me to do more, make sure to leave a comment, let me know. But other than that, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!